welcome back to this channel, and also bear with me whilst I'm figuring out how I want to do readings with the cards. For today we choose this. I have my two piles over here, which are currently consisting of two cards. We are looking at what is the part you were calling in the last 9-year cycle, numerologically speaking, as we're in the end, in the final days of this last 9-year cycle, which means like you want to think back on 2016, what was this year about like, and everything. And then also we are looking at what is the part that is called in the new cycle. What is the transformational process that is coming to you, and then we'll see from there if I will pull further cards to clarify if necessary. So be it. I will definitely read from the book that comes with the deck. I am using the Forest of Enchantments, which is oracle deck that has been gifted to me a while ago, a few years ago, and never have been using it until today. I did this reading for someone actually, and I really liked it, and I felt like should do that for the YouTubes. And yeah, the reading is timeless, which means like whenever you're watching it, it can be in the middle of a 9-year cycle, even if it's like 10 years. You can take it as looking back at the last 9-year cycle and then the new or current one. I have two stones. I will hold them in, and you can just feel into which stone is speaking to you. Maybe you're already feeling drawn to number 1 or 2. You can also watch both. Maybe both is irrelevant for you. That's up to you. You will know. So this is the first stone. I don't know which kind of stone it is. Yeah, I hope you can see it properly. I don't know, as it is already dark outside, because today is the shortest day, not the longest, the shortest day, which means yeah, a lot of darkness, but it's always darkest before dawn. How fitting. So it's solstice. For those who don't know, this is like the winter solstice. There's also the equinox, which is the spring yeah, okay, I don't know the English for this, maybe. Then for the second pile I have a labradorite, which is like this kind of a disc, but not egg disc, whatever, and very polished, very beautiful. Got it from France, if that speaks to you. The other one, I don't know where I got it from. So this is pile 2. Yeah, just feel into it. Pause if you must, want, whatever. Go back if you want to rewatch the showing of the stones. Feel into it, ground into it if that helps for you. Everyone as you like it, as it works for you. And we will start now with pile 1. Pile 1. So first of all, I want to look at the stone. The stone is simultaneously polished and then also has like little craters and like little spots where it's deeper, where the polish couldn't reach, and so it has irregularities. Also, the shape is kind of still natural but polished, and I want to take that in. So I feel like the past cycle was a cycle of refinement for you, and in the same time it feels like there's still like there's still conscious knowing of themes that really are on your kind of to do, where I want to go into it. And I feel, as I'm sensing into it, like you are in a very optimistic mindset right now. I feel like you're even like, it's like it could be a person that is really liking New Year's, like new beginnings, everything where you can start over, because it gives you kind of like this rush of excitement that restarting can give if you have the right mindset for it, and you definitely do. It's like I feel like you have had a tendency, it's still there, but it's much smoother, like the stone, where you had like a tendency to have like high highs and low lows, and upside down and ups and downs, and yet it these ups and downs and these extremes, where maybe a lot of drama was part of your life, I feel like this is part of the past. Like, I'm curious to read into the cards then, and it feels like the new cycle is now even maturing you further and further. It's like I hear a wine, like a good wine, you're aging, and you feel that and you're liking that. It's like yeah, it's good. It's like you like what's happening with your mind, your emotional capacity, everything. Like all the structures in you are refined just by aging, and you love how you're understanding so much more about life. And I feel like, especially in your teens, in your adolescence, wow, okay. We'll leave that in. That's interesting. You were kind of really confused with a lot of things. You felt a lot of confusion. I don't get a clear vision or feeling of what it was exactly. But yeah, like the phone right now, it feels like you often had experiences where you would experience things that you would never had thought of, or never would have. Yeah, it was just not on your radar, and they completely destroyed you momentarily, and they were like huge shifting points in your life. So I feel these 9-year cycles would be interesting maybe for you to map out, also to map out your personal numerological rhythm. If you don't know how it works, so you basically take all the numbers of your birthday, so the single numbers, if it's for example 27th of January 2001, you would take 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 2 plus, what did I say, 7 plus 7 and then you get a number, and if it's more than one number, you then add up these two numbers again, and then you have your number. Yeah, comment if you want more instruction on that. Yeah, so now we're getting into your first card. I have to look for it. What is it? So your first card, I will show it to you, is the Ace of Challenges. A white raven with a spear or arrow, I think. Maybe it's an arrow. Yeah, it's an arrow. We have violet colors in the back and a bit of a snowy atmosphere. And it was in the reverse, which for me is, it came out like this, which means like this was a topic that you kind of fought in the past, and that was about like acknowledging and then integrating this part. Let me look for, there's the challenges, and now we want to have the Ace. Oh, okay, this book is differently organized than what I thought. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Should have looked that up before. I don't know where everything is. Well, bear with me, we're nearly there. Oh, I'm just now realizing, so just if you called to watching both, the other pile also has an ace as the first. So I will read that to you. Ace of Challenges. The enchanted alley of challenges is the white raven. Ravens are birds of fable intelligence, both worldly and otherworldly. The white raven's particular expertise is strategic communication. He knows when you should speak and when you should be silent. His shrewd eye pierces through the heart of the matter. Call upon him only if you really want the truth. He's your spy, your advocate, your battle cry. The white raven says, think and stay alive. The raven's gift to you is a silver arrow that never misses its mark. Part of its enchantment is the arrow itself, but magic is completed through your focus on and the ethics of your motive. If your aim is true, you cannot fail. Meaning at glance. So it has two meanings in that, to always like the first glance and then the closer look. So meaning at glance is intelligence, discernment, insight, focus, communication, strategy, an advantage in a challenge or conflict, air element. A closer look, a pure silver arrow shot straight into the heart releases all evil from an adversary. This can be done on the etheric plane as well. So what I get from that, you can also feel in that yourself and see what comes up for you. what I feel. It's interesting because like what I experience is a lingering feeling of uncertainty, self-doubt, um, nervousness to be wrong, to be judged because you did something not perfectly, and a foggy head, like a confusion, all over confusion. And it fits what I felt like before. So I felt like that was the transformation, the part that was called in and refined over this past 9 years, where it was your ability of communication, your ability of your communication, but internally, like the sensation that you, like how you hold yourself when you are speaking for yourself, when you just interacting with other people. It feels like that for some of you, I feel like you have realized that in these past 9 years that you were growing up, you were in a family system or in a system in general of very insecure parents or adults in general. Insecurity was a consistent theme around you without you fully recognizing, understanding it. And I feel like these adults um, did what should never be done, but is done by a lot of adults. I know it. I am working with children, I am working with people, and I can see it on a daily basis. It's not intentionally most of the time. It's just like when adults carry still a sense of insecurity, a sense of shame and stuff like this. What often happens is with children, they manipulate the situation, the power that they can misuse, they misuse, and blame shift. They give the child the feeling that they did something wrong, that it was them who, and it doesn't mean necessarily that the adult did something wrong necessarily. It's more like the child will be holding responsible for everything that happens, which is so toxic. But also, if you haven't learned as an adult, how could you be different? How could you resolve a situation differently? And I feel like that's what you had, like as a aha, like as a understanding, and you kind of were able to let that go for you. I feel like there are few that still hold resentment and anger towards these adults and everyone around, and that's also still a thing that wants to be worked through. And then also there are others who really, really manage to leave it behind, to be so freed by the realization that that was taking place, that they were never responsible for anything in general, and that they're actually really able. And I feel that for the whole group, it's like you understood how sharp your mind is, how sharp and quick your mind is, and how well you are actually, like how naturally gifted you are regarding communication, and you found a sense of self-esteem. Like you're kind of proud now about this ability. You're so aware of this ability now, and it's kind of this feeling. That's where the optimism is coming from. It's like, okay, let's go. It's like a reset. It's like, okay. And I feel like this year had you heavy for some parts, but everything was so freeing. Everything was so liberating. Everything was so transformative, and it like the phoenix that rose from the ashes. And I hear, like, for some, even that's not for everyone, it's just for some, but for some, even like you really cut cords with your family, with like you really put your foot down. Friends, I hear also, but really this family aspect, I feel, and some even quit their work, um, and start over completely. It's really nice as an energy. And I want to look now what your next 9 year cycle is, and it is actually the 9 of Visions. Can you see it? So it's a coin falling into, I think, how is it called? I don't know. Oh God, Brunnen. For those who speak German, but I don't know what it is. So now that I know that 9, all 9s are together, it's way quicker. Yeah. There it is. 9 of Visions. In an overgrown glade lies the ruins of a stone cottage, abandoned who knows how long ago. 100 years, 500 years, perhaps. No one has come here in all that time to disturb its peace. Its peace. No one has come here in all that time, and the ruins shelter an ancient well filled with moss and ringed with fringed gentians. You can smell the fresh water below. Oh my God, I'm so... Shall I restart? It's so interesting because I feel like that is your spirit now with mistakes. You kind of are finding humor in being wrong. Like I feel like you have even people around you now that are so funny, and you cultivate that, or you are aiming for that right now. So I restart and we'll see how it goes, because there are a lot of words I noticed that are like English words I don't know, and so reading it is kind of challenging, but it's nice. Okay, so let's see. In an overgrown glade lie the ruins of a stone cottage, abandoned who knows how long ago. 100 years, 500 years, perhaps. No one has come here in all that time to disturb its peace. The ruins shelter an ancient well furred with moss and ringed with fringed gentians. You can smell the fresh water below, fed from a spring far older than the well. Take a coin from your pocket and splash it to a splash. I don't know. It's yeah. I will. I think it's throw it in. Oh no, clasp it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Clasp it to your heart with a fervent wish. Wait for the water to become still. See if you can spot the well keeper in its depths. Depths. When you are ready, when you believe, make your wish. This is the wishing card, and it signifies that your wish will come true. As is often the case with forest enchantments, there is a catch. The wish must be true. You must want it, visualize it, and believe it's yours. Frivolous wishes can bring undesired results, and half-hearted wishes are ignored by the magic well. Take your time and decide what you want. Don't waste your wish. Meaning at glance, circumstances align in your favor, faith in a positive outcome. Wish fulfillment, good fortune. A closer look. There's another way to make a wish here. Can you see it? I love that for you, and it fits the energy of the optimism so well. I feel like you can feel that the world is your oyster right now. And what I get is like this new 9-year cycle will be a cycle in which your part is called in the part of creation. If you are into archangels, I feel Metatron so heavily on that. Raphael a bit as well, and Gabriel, but mostly and mainly a Metatron, which for those who don't know is like the archangel for the higher and divine geometrics and the builder. Like it's like divine building, like constructing and everything. It's like numerology is also connected to him. And it's so interesting because when I did the reading today for this other person, he was coming up too. So it's interesting that he's coming up again. And I feel like your challenge is necessarily not well, it's the art of wishing, the art of creation, the art of focus, the art of wishing in general, like how you formulate, like let's I feel your energy is so interesting because it's like, and it's funny and it's light, and you really are stepping in a new old you, like it feels so relieved, like of so much heaviness. And now one thing is, don't go too quick. Slow and steady wins the race is one big motto for your next 9 years, which will definitely be at times absolutely forgotten by you and then remembered. You will hold your head up high in this whole next 9 years. I feel like there will be maybe little moments where you are like just on the verge of falling into and then you kind of like are lifted up by yourself. It's really beautiful what I feel. And I feel like the refinement now is how like you're making peace with failure, which you already have in this past cycle, and it's going further now. It's like using failures to your advantage. And how you do it is by being so focused and so crystal clear about your desire, about your wish, and therefore understanding and seeing and realizing that everything that happens in your favor if you decide so. And I hear there's like a few that deal with a topic of uncertainty. This will be refined through these 9 years. It's like about making peace with uncertainty and learning how you specifically, it's different for each one of these few people that are dealing with uncertainty, are supposed to handle uncertainty in their life. I feel like there's a few that should learn to not act and let life take over when you're uncertain. And for others, it is like their own uncertainty that kicks in from still like a teeny tiny rest of uncertainty that they got like conditioned to by their surrounding, and they're like now learning to leap of faithing, like take the leap of faith, to trust their gut feeling, to trust their intuitions, and trust that it only has to feel right for you in that moment. Don't talk about it too much beforehand. And that's for everyone actually in this group. Learn to not talk too much about it. Only talk to people who you feel like can assist you in your vision at this very point. Not even if it's someone that you feel like further on can assist you. Just talk to them when it's really the time for it, when the next step where they would be relevant is in order. And then also maybe with really trusted people where you feel like they really have your back. They're like your safety person, your like your person, or one of your persons. When you have several, I'm congratulating you. Yes, I feel that for you, and it's really the art of wishing and manifesting. I hear like beware of manifestations with manifestation videos and techniques that are, because I feel like what I'm sensing, what I'm getting right now is like there will be a lot of, especially with AI and everything, there will be so much stuff be flooded into the internets, all the platforms and everything. So it will be nearly impossible to be sure about what's quality content and what not. And they say like the wisdom lies in you, and you kind of know it. And there will be lessons around like having again like moments where you follow the wrong crowd or the wrong gurus, that you're still looking for an external source of wisdom. But it will be refining. It's really nice, and will be like, it will strengthen your sense of, oh, I think I got my back the best. And then also like it will be rather in your direct circles, like you will be I feel like a few will be connecting with groups, people, to start something in that regards. Like you will build stuff. That would be, I'm really curious. If you're seeing these videos in a few years and it's in the middle of the cycle and you already are in the midst of it, please comment down below. I really am curious right now what I'm sensing. It feels so vital and optimized, optimized as well, but optimistic and so potent. It's like really like you're ready, like you're ready. That's really interesting. I really like that energy. So I will end it here. We could dive much deeper, but I want it to kind of be like rather short for my normal standard. So we leave it here. It was a pleasure to read you, Pi One, and I wish you a beautiful finalization of this last cycle, this current cycle, and then the most amazing next 9 years. And yeah, I wish you the grandest and everything most amazing life in general. Until we see you again, bye. Hello, pile number 2. Just read pile number 1. Really beautiful energy. What I found really interesting is that both of you have like an ace card. For you, it's the Ace of Spells. But first, we want to just quickly look at the Labradorite. I mean, for those who know, Labradorite is one of my most favorite stones. They're like kind of shiny and then also murky. Oops. This one also just slips. They have like veins and everything, but this one is really polished and also very comfortable in the hand and kind of flat and round in the same time. I feel like just feeling into your energy by through the stone. I feel like, especially this year and also the last 9 years, like thinking back to 2016, I feel like you reflected quite a lot, or you were forced to reflect a lot, because you saw all the cracks in your story and the parts. Like I feel like it was like really a time of contemplation, which, like, I feel like the shiny parts and also the dark, like dark times that you experience, and it feels like a wise heaviness. So interesting, because like the other group was really energized, and with you I feel like more like a calm energy, very calm, very contemplating, very reflecting and summarizing. I feel like there is a similarity to the other group where you're kind of ready to start anew, but there is like a sense of exhaustion like just like this whiff of exhaustion. And I feel like especially this year had you like really going to sheds, not to shattered you, let's say, like it really to, oh my god, that's so interesting. This happened during the first card as well with the first pile, so that's so interesting. Yeah, it really knocked you out, like it really, like you laid flat, like it really, like you had like a 0.0. I hear like even for some several times this year. And you really like went into a retreating year, more or less. You like isolated, but in a good way. Like you notice like I really have to isolate in order to understand, to heal, to tend to your wounds. I feel like I I don't feel like it's new wounds that you experienced this year. It's more so like it's kind of like you were, it's kind of like I feel like after you were in a battle and you come back to, I feel like I see like a warrior that comes back to his tent during war, like the war is just over and he comes back to his tent, and he's still in the area of the war, and it's still just so fresh. It feels fresh, at least, just like a blink of a moment, like just, and you realized what, like you just like, it's like you're processing what actually happened to you. So interesting. And you know you're safe now. It's kind of, you know, it's over, but you can feel that your body is not done with it yet. And I feel like you start into this new cycle in a knowing that there is a lot of healing that will take place, and that will be your one of your main focuses. It's interesting. So I'm really interested to what the cards are showing, revealing. So first of all, like the past cycle was the Ace of Spells, so we will look into that. And I will see. The enchanted ally for spells is the Wyvern. There are many types of Wyvern, including some that live in the sea. I feel Wyvern is another word for dragon because it's showing a dragon. And I don't know the word Wyvern, but it feels like that's what's meant. This is a forest Wyvern, also known, did I show the card? I'm so sorry. I want to show it so you can see and it makes more sense. This is a forest Wyvern, also known as a fire drake. Yeah, so yeah. It's primarily green, body is excellent camouflage, and unless you look closely, you may completely miss it's perched in a tree above your head. Huh? Okay. Until it breathes a little fire, of course. Don't worry, the fire drake of the forest of enchantment have their fiery nature under control and can channel it perfectly. This alley will help you do the same with yours. The Wyvern says, let's heat things up. The Wyvern's gift to you is a wizard's staff. The power of the staff depends entirely on the person who wields it. A wizard's staff without a wizard is just a stick. Intention is everything in magic, and the staff directs the wizard's will toward the desired outcome. Your Wyvern has added a bit of dragon fire as an extra energy boost. The rest is upon to you. Meaning at glance. A new sense of purpose, a new or revitalized project, magic, will, fearlessness, confidence, a burst of energy, fire element. A closer look. The best way to tell a Wyvern from a dragon is to count its legs. 2 legs Wyvern, 4 legs dragon. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know anything about Wyverns then. That's so interesting. And it feels like, yeah, that's so interesting because I feel like for you, this from 2016 to now, like, I feel this, like the years till maybe 2024, until the middle maybe, it was really a lot of stuff happening, and you really transformed your whole personality. I feel like 2020 was obviously a very special year, but for you, on a very personal note, it was extra special. And it was like you rebirthed yourself, like you really, I feel like, and that's a similarity to the other pile, but different. Like my confusion with Wyvern and Dragon, I really have to look that up. It's feeling like, and that's exactly like what I feel with you enter this new cycle and then knowing that you have to learn about you now, like to what really makes you, what really is you, like what really is your potential, how you can use it, how you can create a life that is true to you. And you kind of sense it. And this past 9-year cycle was like a reframing of your perspective of yourself. It's kind of like not done, but done. It's like you know, like I was mistaking right now with the dragon. What you know for sure is what you are not. That was your past 9 years. And also I feel like it's also spreading throughout your circles, like that you're letting go of people and circles that are insisting to see you a certain way, and also like you're now somewhere where you are feeling like you can only allow from now on people around you that are at least willing to change how they view you and are naturally seeing you differently, or are as actually open to perceive you freely, like to not fall into judgment quickly, that are curious about you, naturally curious about you, and so open that you have a space where you can experience yourself, where you can really explore your fire, like what makes you burn, like what you are burning for, like what enlightens you, and fires you up. As that, I still feel like this beautiful heaviness, like a very, feels like grounded, really. And I want to go to the card now that is for what's coming up. So this is the Wise Woman, and it came in reverse, which means like the part you're calling in is your part of the Wise Woman, and it's a part that you feel like the energy of resentment, either from you or the surrounding, or both. Like, it's probably different for each of you, maybe similar but different. I'm curious. We will see what comes up with it, but I feel like it fits very well, and it feels like a whole new chapter in your life, where it feels like this last 9-year cycle ended an existence of hustle, of doing, surviving, convincing others how passionate you are, how much you're trying. It's like you didn't even feel before that it was something negative, and these past 9 years made you realize how toxic this actually is for you, to live in this mindset, to live in this version of reality and around people who want it like this. It's not that it's necessarily something that is wrong, it's wrong for you. You are not like this. I feel this calms. It's like a calm. So it really like, you're actually really slow nature, like, but in the best way. Like, yeah, you're like the wise woman that one would come to seek advice, to, I don't know, like even like an old hog that gives you a potion, or I don't know. It's really interesting. I do know, but only yeah, and she's okay. I will read. The Wise Woman. At a place where forest paths diverge stands an ancient apple tree. One side bears the silver apples of the moon, and the other the golden apples of the sun. You can pass beneath these both to take either the dark path or the light path. What is both? But okay. There is an allure to both of these paths, with positive and negative aspects to each. Your choice is not obvious. The wise woman sits among the apple roots in the liminal place between possible futures. She won't make the decision for you, but she can help you decide for yourself. Skilled in the old ways, the wise woman works with her guides and spirits to read the auguries. Gathering up her oracular charms, she casts them upon the cloth, watching them fall into a pattern she understands. Now she meets your gaze, arching an eyebrow with subtle amusement. Do you really want to know your destiny? Yes, you do. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready. The wise woman card confirms that there is a core of deep knowing within you, but you may need spiritual guidance to access it. Wisdom takes time, devotion, patience, and above all, willingness to accept and commit to the path you chose. You choose. I feel like chose and choose. The wise woman doesn't argue with oracles, and neither should you. Just read the signs. They're everywhere. Meaning at first glance. Wisdom, spirituality, mysticism, oracular advice, seeing the unseen, lifting the veil. A closer look. The wise woman wears a necklace of amber and jet, which invokes the energies of light and dark, day and night, illumination and mystery. And it's on the side 19, which just became relevant in for me. It just stood out. I feel like pile 2, you are entering a phase where you step into your leadership, your own leadership, and I can like feel a bit of back pain. It feels like there's still like resistance, and it's interesting because it came out in reverse. So you know it's your path. You already know by now, in a way. For some it's super clear, for others it's like a lingering feeling that there is something coming. Something not externally necessarily, but predominantly internally, that there is like, and I have goosebumps right now, like there's something unlocking in you right now, and if you don't feel like it's already unlocking, it feels like it will start very soon. But I kind of feel like for really the majority of you, it's already started, and it's like at a tipping point where you feel it should be already like there should be already happening so much, but it hasn't yet. And it's like it's kind of like a charging energy, and it makes you very still, makes you very it's nearly like holding your breath, but you don't. Like you don't hold your breath. You kind of feel oddly ready without understanding why you're so ready, but it's like a nice feeling, and it's And also you know why, but it's also like surprising in a way. And it's so interesting because like I feel like for some you're really stepping into like mediumship and really impersonating, like not impersonating, but becoming wise women, wise men. um and really like starting your life in your truth, this truth that has been dormant inside of you all this time. It was always who you were, but it was just not an option beforehand. And now it's like it's not an option for you to not be it any longer, like to be anything else than that. It's kind of like no way. There is no possible way. It's like even if you would want to be like just a normal person working in a corporate job or any job, it's like you can, and you know it, and still you don't know anything, and you don't know um how the future is looking for you, you know, and you don't know. Like it's so interesting. It's like it's super clear and it's super foggy at the same time, and in the middle of that you is super calm, and it's super weird for you, but also super okay. It's so interesting. So for the other, oh my god, that's interesting. So interesting. What's happening? And it, yeah. Um, for the others, there will be a sudden push, like just now, and you will be catapulted into another, a complete different existence that is like something you cannot possibly imagine. For some, it will even start this upcoming year already. But remember, it's the 9-year cycle that we're looking at. So it will be like you looking back at 2025, it will feel like a different life. Like it will feel so far away pretty soon, like pretty quick. It will like it's like you will be grateful for this cycle that just ends, what, because it was like the catapult that you created for yourself without knowing where it will lead you. And from the future where you know now where you are, this will be so, oh my god, if I would have known, I I don't like if I it wouldn't, it couldn't have foreseen this, couldn't. And it like you will, it's also like for you, it's also something in this work of science and mediumship and everything. But I feel like for you, like where the first, there's one group that is rather like it's in a smaller, because it's perfect for you if you're from that I don't want to say group, but yeah, group. Because you're group 2, but you're group 1 of group 2. Group 2A. You for you it's meant to be in a smaller circle, in a calmer way. And for group 2B, it's like for you it's a bit more about being visual in I would say the internet and then the world. But it doesn't, like, for some it will be very big, for some it will be like mediocre big, and a little bit big also for others. But there will be an aspect of being like perceived by, I would say, more than 200 people, or even like, I want to say 200, but like that's for the lowest version, like the not the lowest, the tiniest version of a bigger scale. But it will feel big. It will feel big, and it will feel relevant in a way that you couldn't have truly foreseen. And still, it's not surprising. I feel like that's an energy that is present. Like, it's surprising and it's not surprising. It's everything at once. That's really the energy that I feel for this new 9-year cycle for this group. May it be a 2A or B. What's there is like, it's everything and nothing. And you're just like, of course, and what? Also, what? And you were kind of waiting for it, but how could you have known? Like, okay, I'm feeling like I'm repeating myself, but it's really what I feel. And yeah, if by any chance you watch this video in the middle of a 9-year cycle and something has already unfolded, looking back at the 1 year and where you're at now, let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. I wish you strength and love and just a fantastic, grand 9 years from here, or wherever we're at when you watch this. I'm really curious. Like, I was curious with the first pile for different reasons. I'm really curious. It's interesting, and I wish you really the best. So until we see us again, until we meet again. If we never meet again, I wish you all the best. And if we meet again, I wish you all the best, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.